Good luck.
Welcome back here to live at the Bella Vista Hotel here on a 25-minute delay. This is the vault final table, 234,900 in the prize pool. We have got 4 left out of 87 entries. This is hand number 57. Blinds 100, 200, 200. They've just come back from a break. We are ready to rock and roll. I'll be calling the action for a little bit before I bring in some special commentators to finish off the rest of the night. Anyway, it's been folded round to Joey Sand in the small blind. He's going to elect to fold. Edwin's just going to pick up the blinds. We've got 4 players left here. Next person's bust here is going to pick up 22,500. Third prize is 31,008. Second prize is 47,000, and up the top is 70,000.
Three fold. 6 fold. 7 fold. Option.
Anyway, it's been folded round to the small blind. Edwin is looking down at the 4-2. He's elected to call, and it's been checked back in the big blind by Mr. Zhao. The flop comes down Jack, Queen, 9. No pair for any of them. Edwin has second nut low with 4 deuce, and Mr. Zhao here has picked up the gut shot. Well out in front there with the king high. Got any questions in the chat? I'm Josh Monk, Head of Operations here for the APT. I can answer as much as I possibly can. We've got the PLO High Roller out there at the moment. Registration is now closed for that particular event. We've got the Mid-Stakes Championship. Let's just have a quick look at some figures to keep you guys interested in the meantime, whilst hands on this table will be a little bit slow. There he is, Ryan Cooper. That's the guy, man. 100%. That's the bloke. Ryan, you should be up here for the big PLO, mate. We were expecting you to walk in the door and shoot 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 bullets. But yeah, forget about it, man. We've got more PLO going for the rest of the week, so I'm expecting you to jump on a flight and come up here, Ryan. Anytime you'd like, mate. You're a gentleman. We've got 45 entries into that PLO, by the way. Put that prize pool up to 90,000, so we were able to 1.5x that guarantee. So it was a good event. We've got some more PLO coming up later in the week, especially the PLO on July 30th. That's Wednesday at 2 o'clock. That's a $30,000 guarantee, half the buy-in, $1,100. We'll be starting with a 75k starting stack in that. That will be 30 minutes. And Big Hugo says, in the Mid-Stakes Championship, do you only play one flight? You can play as many flights as you want. You take one bag through, so whichever flight you choose to play, you can bag, whichever bag you bag the most amount of chips in is what you bring into day 2. We've got 5 flights for that Mid-Stakes Championship. So, yeah, we got it tomorrow at 4:30. We got it again at 4:30 on Wednesday. Again on Thursday.
2.6.
And I think there's one more flight. Just give me 1 second.
They're in perfect lines here.
No, we've got that there. So there's 4 flights there. So Mid-Stakes Championship has 4 flights. They go 4:30 all the way through, 4:30 p.m. all the way through on Thursday, and then day 2 is on Saturday, August the 2nd at 11 o'clock in the morning.
3-fold. Thank you.
I think at the moment, actually, I'll have a quick look at this, some stats here whilst the hands are going on in the background. I believe we got into the Mid-Stakes Championship Flight A today. We've got 135 entries. We've got $125,000 guaranteed in that particular event too. Anyway, off to the action here. So It was raised by Edwin with the 6-7 off. He raised it up to 400k. Joey decided to defend with Queen 10. It's come 6-9-6 on the flop, so Edwin's just picked up 3 of a kind. Well out in front, as you can see, 96% favourite in this particular hand. Joey would have to get extremely lucky. He's going to check it. And Edwin's got to bet 325 and Joe's going to fold. And that's the end of that hand. So anyway, back to that. We've got 135 entries into that mid-stakes championship. There's 43 players remaining. Now, just for those people who are wondering about the PLO, we have scheduled a day 2 for that. It's actually on our schedule on Facebook and Instagram. We will be playing them as deep as we possibly can. We would usually just go down to 6 and then get them to come back at 1 o'clock. However, we have spoken to some of the players who want to extend out that as much as they possibly can because they would like to jump in early into the Drakakis, so we're going to try to accommodate that as much as possible. I've had a look at the levels in that particular event, and it appears that maybe we might be able to get there by 2 o'clock because we've got a hard close at 2 here, but we will make our mind up closer to the time, whether or not we will bag and bring them back a little bit earlier or whatever the case is there. That will be streamed tomorrow at 1 o'clock on a 25-minute delay, so probably about 1:30. So if you want to watch some PLO action, that's where you want to be. Just jump on here. We'll be live from about 1:30 tomorrow. Anyway, race to 400k by Chad, who picked up the 9-8 suited, and it got defended in the big blind by Edwin, who's got the Jackson 5. And so it's top pair versus second pair on the flop. Big Hugo's asking, for those flights, do you play down to a certain amount of players or does it just end at a time? It just ends at a time, so I believe off the top of my head it's the end of level 13 today, so I think it's about 11:30 roughly speaking, so we just play the levels out and whoever bags carries on through. Anyway, Chad here, who raised the pre-flop, has flopped top pair and has bet out his C bet for 600k. It's action back on Edwin here with 9.6 mil. He's got the second best pair with the fourth best kicker. Probably going to flat here and see what happens on the turn, which is exactly what's happened here. Pretty decent pot brewing here. It's 2.3 million. Got 100, 200, 200 for the blinds. Turncoat comes at 10 of spades here. Doesn't help Edwin whatsoever. Chad's still miles out in front. 88% favourite here. Edwin's going to check it round to Chad. He just bets the whole amount. Yeah, sure. Why not? And Edwin's absolutely categorically not going to call this. I can't imagine. He just doesn't have enough of it. No backdoor draws. Can't possibly think that his 5's in front often enough. I think he's asking for a count, however, because it's only 1.6 more for him to be able to call. He does have 9 million, but I've got a funny feeling this is a bit of a Hollywood thing. I can't imagine him making a call here. But you never know. He tricks it up a little bit, Edwin. I've seen him play pretty hyper-aggressive throughout this tournament whilst I've been commentating on it, and to be honest with you, I've been pretty impressed with how he plays. I play a similar strategy. I don't get as lucky as making it to the final table of the vault, however, but he's been really good all day. He's been pretty solid and making the right plays, putting some tremendous bluffs out there, I have to admit. Like, he's really played out of his skin in that regard. So props to him. He's got 36% obviously of the chips in play at the moment with 9.5, closely followed by 9 million with sorry about that, just got asked a question just off stream there for a second. So it's around to Chad here. He's under the gun. He's got the ace-9 off. He's going to elect to raise this up, it looks like, to 400k. It's folded all the way around to the big blind. Action here is going to be a little bit slow, I could imagine. Passing around of the blinds for quite some time, I'd imagine, until there's hands that are battle hands that naturally happen in poker. had a small conversation with Chad at the break, and same with Joe just before. Chad said he's just been absolutely card dead, and I totally agree with him. He's basically been sitting there just folding for probably at least a good part of 2.5 hours. I don't think he's battled in a hand for quite some time, at least not the hands that I've been commentating on. Joe's been playing pretty solid. He says he feels pretty good and he's not tired. He's ready to rock and roll. He's been playing pretty solid poker too, which is great. Edwin here, he's got the 10-7. He's got the Daniel Negreanu here, the 10-7 off on the button. He's going to raise it up to 400. Round to Mr. Zhao here, King 6 in the small blind, straight in the bin. Round to Chad, picks up the Joey Hash, 7-3 off hearts, and he's elected to defend his big blind, so heads up poker going to the flop. Edwin way out in front there with a 10-7. Anyway, here comes the flop, and it comes all spades, bomb pot next hand, as Brian would say. It's gone check. They've both got a pair of 7s here, but Edwin's kicker is miles out in front to Chad's 3 kicker, which almost certainly won't come into play at any time.
About 350.
Bets 350,000 by Edward. And Edward is going to take down this pot because she decides to fold his middle pair, his bottom pair, I should say. That's all she wrote. You're watching the final table of the Vault. It's a $3,000 buy-in. The blinds here are 100, 200 with a 200k big blind to ante. This is the final table hosted on a 25-minute delay at the beautiful Bella Vista Hotel. If you haven't been to the Bella Vista Hotel in Sydney, it's absolutely off the chain here. 234,900 in the prize pool. And the venue just basically has everything. It's absolutely phenomenal. We've got a huge warehouse space here, 50 tables in here, and everybody has been warmly welcomed and really enjoying their time here. We're trying to help with as much player satisfaction as we can as we go off to a flop here just very quickly. Chad has picked up nothing of it with the 7-3. I think he's got back-to-back 7-3s. Joe's picked up bottom pair. Chad's going to lead out here for 300,000. I imagine Joe's probably got a flat here and see the turn, which is what he does. Here comes the turn card down and dirty. 3 here would be a bit of a disaster card. The ace and the ace of hearts on the turn doesn't help Chad whatsoever, but he might be able to continue with his story because he raised pre-flop. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for another barrel here, which would put Joe in a pretty tough spot to continue. He can also just shut down if he really wanted to. Effective stacks, they've got basically effective stacks of each other. Chad decides to shut it down here a little bit. I think Joe's probably going to check back the bottom pair. And he does. Off to the river we go. The river card brings in that 6, so the board now pairs. And Joe with that check mark next to his name, 6s and deuces with the ace kicker, should be enough. Chad's going to just muck that, and Joe will pick up that relatively small pot, but every pot helps. Like I said, if you've got any questions or concerns or comments you would like to post into the chat, I'd be more than happy to answer them for probably the next half an hour, give or take. I've got some work I need to attend to, and so there'll be a change in the commentary box shortly, but I've been asked to see this one out as much as I possibly can for the time being, until we bring in the professional commentators on Wednesday with the Harvey Silva and the rest of the commentary team. Jacob Fowl is there dealing the cards. He's the guy with a beautiful moustache and a full head of hair dealing the cards. Round to Chad here on the dealer button. He's picked up pocket 9s, four-side if you're a baccarat player. And Joe, here we go. We've got a hand all of a sudden. Joe's picked up the ace-king in the small blind. Yeah, sure. So it's been raised to the structure, 400k. by Chad, and Joe's just picked up the ace-king, the big slick and the small blind. Joe does have him covered by at least 1.3 mil. He's going to contemplate what his decision is here. I think he's obviously going to put in a 3-bet. Seems like a no-brainer of a situation here. I think he might have raised it up to 1 million, just over. We'll get the official count in a second.
All in.
The action would be...
7 fold, 6, 3 all in.
So you bet 2.1 million, and it's just been jammed in and snap called. Yeah, sure. Okay, so your standard, stock standard race situation here, and so it's a 9s versus the ace-king.
Same.
Chad's all in at risk at the moment with his pocket 9s. He really hasn't had too many hands, Chad, to be honest. So this is probably the best hand he's picked up for 2.5 hours. So for his sake, I hope it holds. But here we go off to the flop. The flop comes queen, 9, king. Yeah, sorry, 9, 10, queen on the flop. Gut shot for Joe Santev as Chad has flopped a set. Here comes the turn card down and dirty. The turn card is the 8 of diamonds. Does not help Joe whatsoever. He's only got 10% here. He needs a jack ball and a jack ball only to knock Chad out. And here comes the real... Oh, wow. And there's a jack ball too. It's a jack of hearts. What a brutal bad beat for Chad. Flops a set there and it's absolutely dead to the straight actually on the board. And Joe with his ace-king just absolutely hits Broadway. And that's all she wrote. Chad, who's played patiently all day, waiting for a hand, finally picks one up, walks straight into the ace-king and flops a set and GG's. Straight to the showers. But he picks up 22,500 for his time. Handshakes all around. Good on you guys. Been a pleasure. And that's all she wrote. We're down to 3 all of a sudden, just like that. Bang. Joey Sand. Just up to 8 million now. So chip stacks, have a look at them. How close are they? 9, 9 and 8. And you basically can't get much closer than that. Totally agree with you, Big Hugo. That was a sick river card. It's actually kind of funny. He's flopped a set there and ends up playing the board. Just another can't make it up story, but there you have it. Anyway, three-handed action at the moment. Round to Joe, who just skipped that last pot. He's got to fold it. Round to Edwin, who's picked up the jack 10. He's just limped in from the small blind, and Mr. Zhao's just got to check his option here. Two-way action, small blind, battle of the blinds here. So it's jack 10 versus the 8-3, and the 8-3 hits a middle pair on the flop. Mr. Zhao out in front at the moment, 68% favourite. Everyone's got to check. It's going to go check on the flop. Here comes the turn down and dirty. Deuce of clubs. Actually, he picks up a few more outs here, Edward, now. He can win this hand with a jack 10 or a club. Got a few outs. Picked up 33% equity now on the turn with all of those outs in play. Everyone's going to come out firing. It looks about 450, but I'm just trying to figure out what the bet size is. Hard to be able to tell from here. It's a soul read there for me, 450. So round to Mr. Zhao, who's still got second best pair on the board, who has elected to call and off to a river. The river card brings in that 10, and Edward all of a sudden just all of those outs. Finally he hits one, catches the second best pair now on the board. He's just made a pair of 10s. Just giving him the check mark next to his name. Probably a good spot here to have one more bet and just take down the pot. I'm guessing he's probably going to bet just shy of $1 million. I'm going to guess something like 850 if I was to guess. Might be wrong. Let's just bet 500, just a little teaser bet. So you can extract 500,000 of value out of Mr. Zhao. He could potentially actually pay this off. He's been pretty solid all day, Mr. Zhao, though I have to admit he's played great poker. He's been very patient. He's been, yeah, I think he's just got to pay this off. It's a great bet by Edwin here. He's going to show him the jack 10, the bad news, and that's party over there. Edwin goes up by 1.4 million in that pot, back over 11 million. As you can see, the chip count's right there. Edwin has 40% of the chips in play. Joey's got 30. Mr. Zhao has the other 30, essentially. It's anyone's game at this particular point. It's actually kind of not very often you see on a final table all three players sitting in one half of the table battling it out. Looks a bit odd when you're kind of looking at it through a screen and doing commentary on it, as you're expecting at least a player on the left-hand side of the table to kind of balance out the picture. But such is life. We're just going to be playing in this corner. We might as well just stay on this particular view that we're looking at the moment. Get all the action this way anyway. Anyway, got raised on the button by Edwin, who's got the ace-4 off. Round to Joey, he's got the Doyle Brunson. Just 200 to call to defend his big blind. But Joe's been pretty solid all day, just decides to flick his big blind over to Edwin, and we're going to move on to the next hand. Mr. Zhao here on the button. He's picked up the natural, Jack 9. Offsuit, he decides to raise it up on the button in position to 400k. It's gone fold by Joe with the 10-5. I would imagine Edwin's probably going to limp in here, defend his big blind, which he does with the 10-3. It's up poker again in this three-way battle. The flop comes King Jack 6. Mr. Zhao, he's picked up second pair here, miles out in front. Edward doesn't have a piece of this. Basically got backdoor straight draws, and that's about it. He's just going to lead out. He's going to check bet, almost certainly going to be folded, and that's it. So as said before, we are live at the Bella Vista on a 25-minute delay, obviously, to protect the integrity of the game. This is the Vault final table. 3 players left out of 87 entries, 234,900 in the prize pool. Next payout will be 31,800. Second prize will be 47,000, and first prize will be 70,000 cold. Joey folds the 8-4 on the button, round to Edwin with the Queen 5. The small blind. He's elected to call. Mr. Zhao's going to check back the Jack 10. Heads up action again. Here comes the flop. Flop comes 3, 7, 5. And Edwin, who did have the best hand pre-flop, also improves here on the flop to a 75% favourite by hitting the second pair again. He's going to check it and see what Mr. Zhao does here. I'd imagine Mr. Zhao's probably going to check this back. Although he has tricked up his play a little bit now that he's got a few chips, so he's just got to bet them in. But 200 thou. Back on Edwin, second best pair, third best kicker. And elects to call. Here's the turn cut. And the 8-ball gives Mr. Zhao that gut shot there with the 9 with 2 overs. Hence his percentage is 24% here, but Edwin's still out in front here with a pair of 5s. Selected to check it and see what Mr. Zhao is going to do. I think if he's barreling the flop, he's probably going to barrel the turn here, keep the story alive. Put a bit of pressure on the chip leader. He decided to go with 400, I believe. Just clicked it back. Looks like they're playing limit poker at the moment. They've gone 200, 400. And back on Edwin here. He has got the best hand. He is the favourite in this particular hand. There are a few outs that Mr. Zhao can win this hand with. A 9 would be one of them. Give him the nut straight. Any Jack, any 10. It's been called, so off to the river we go. Here comes the river. The river card is a 6. Completes a 4-liner on the board. Actually pretty tricky now to be able to call with a pair of 5s, so Edwin's got to check. Mr. Zhao's either going to continue with his story, or he might just check it back here and give up. He's given it 2 bullets, or 2 barrels, I should say. Is he going to go the 3rd barrel? I think he probably will. I mean, I respect the play. I like a guy who goes 3 barrels. If you're going to go 2, forget about it. You might as well go 3. So he put the time bank out here. Just trying to figure out exactly how much he wants to bet to see if he can get his opponent off the hand. It's 1.8 mil in this pot, so I think he needs to go pretty heavy if he wants to try and get a fold out of Enwood. Looks like 800. Call it 900.
Leg bet, 900.
So he bets 900k. And the action's back on Mr. Win. He's played a phenomenal game, to be honest with you. I've been very impressed with Mr. Win. We've called him Mr. Win as his little nickname because he was winning every pot there for about 2.5 hours straight. And Win's already in his name, so why not? So 900 here to call. He's raised it to 2.5. I did a bit of lip reading there. It looks like he's raised it to 2.5 million, and he has. Action back on Mr. Zhao. This is a huge play here by Edwin. I really like this here. They're really putting the pressure straight back on him. He's going to try and take this pot away. I think the only thing that Mr. Zhao can do here is if he's got a soul read on the situation, just try and. I mean, if he moved this all in on a stone motherless, that would be unreal. But I can't see that happening. I'd imagine he's just going to lay this down and it's party over. But you never know. That's what he does. He just lays it down, and that's all she wrote. Edwin just picked up a very decent sized pot there in a 3-way game. He's got 47% of the chips in play now at the moment, so pretty good little chip lead. 12.3 mil. Cards are out. Edwin on the button here in position is going to raise it up, make it 400,000. The 10-8 on the button. Joey, 4-3 suited. Suited connector here. Most likely going to limp in and protect his blind, which is what he does. Or defend his blind, I should say. Heads up action again to the flop. The flop comes ace, deuce, king. Joey hits the gut shot straight draw to make the wheel. Any 5 will get there for him. Edward out in front here at the moment with 10 high. Here comes a bet. He's going to bet 400. And the option back on Joe. 300, I should say. I correct myself. And the option's back on Joe. Does he want to see one more card on the turn for 300? Just put it in the bin. He puts it straight in the bin. Forget about going for the gut shot. That's all she wrote. So it's officially now got 50% of the chips in play. With the other 2, obviously, with the other 50%. You're watching the vault final table. We are down to the final 3. 87 entries in this particular tournament at 234,900 in the prize pool. Next payout's going to be 31,800. Second prize is 47,000. The first prize is 70,000. Big ones. We're here at the Bella Vista Hotel in Sydney. If you wish to come down and you're trying to find a place to stay, if you're coming from interstate, we suggest you stay at the Quest Bella Vista. It's about a 3, 4, 5 minute drive, absolutely maximum with traffic from this particular venue. And we also have got a special discounted code if you want to stay there, which is APT Kings. They'll give you a discount on the rooms for the duration of the period of this tournament series. Joe's has picked up the pocket 6s here in the small blind. He's elected to look like a raise to me. No, he's just elected to flat limp in out of the small blind. He's walked into Edwin's Jack 4. It's up action again, so it's 6s versus the Jack 4. Off to the flop they go. And the flop comes King, Queen, Jack. Yeah, sure. Edwin again picks up another pair and has outdrawn Joey again. Joey's going to check those under pairs that under pair to the board. Around to Edwin. He's got the bottom pair on this board, but that's very strong in three-way poker. He's going to check it back for a bit of deception. Here comes the turn card down and dirty. The 9 puts the four-liner down. So 4 cards to a straight. Joe's going to check back his under pair. Edwin probably thinks he's in front at this particular time. I can't really see him having a bet, so yeah, he's going to just check it back, and here comes the river down and dirty. And becomes an ace, just every other card on top of the board except for Joe. Every single card, overcards hit. And Edward's going to check, and he's going to show him the Jack 4, and Joey's going to say, is that any chance? And he's going to say no. And that's all over. So Edward's going to extend his chip lead there by an extra 200,000. Joey's going to pick up the button. So I've just been summoned to go and do a couple of things, and Jamie Hall was walking past. Jamie Hall does all of our social media. Bit of a genius, loves to call poker, loves poker. Just come in to sit in on the action. I said, do you mind calling the action for a little bit? And he said, no problems, love to help you out. So Jamie Hall's in the com box with me. How are you, Jamie?
G'day, mate. Not too bad.
You good?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Loving it.
Yeah, beautiful.
I'm absolutely loving this venue. Pretty amazing for me to shoot in somewhere so big and so sort of, I don't know, I would say dark. Dark sounds almost bad, but I just love the sort of vibe for it. It feels really nice in here.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the Jack, how about that there? The Jack just hits at the river. Mr. Zhao just sucks out a little bit on the deck there. And it's going to almost likely go check. It's just been no action. It's just been limped in and then just check. He's going to bet 200,000. And everyone's going to make a decision on whether or not he wants to call with fourth best pair. I think he's just going to donate him 200. He just wants to probably see what he's got. He does too. There's a Jack ball. See you later. Good on you, mate. All smiles around. Everybody's enjoying the venue. So if you're keen on coming down, we are the Bella Vista Hotel. It's in Sydney. Like I said, if you want to stay in or around the area and come to the poker for the rest of the week, we're here until Monday the 4th. We've got games on every single day. We've got PLO for the guys that like PLO. We've got plenty of No Limit Hold'em events. We've got plenty of flights into bigger events. The main event kicks off tomorrow, one of the flights. It's actually the second flight because we did a pre-series flight, but Flight B starts tomorrow.
Got the Midday Madness every day.
Midday Madness, Trakakis Championships coming up.
That mid-stakes went off today. That's awesome.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I think we ended up with like 140 entries. I keep looking at it because it's crazy.
I actually haven't checked it out recently.
I'm sorry, what was that, Jamie?
I hadn't checked it out recently. What the
135 there.
135.
Now, that's what we're talking about, huh?
That is good for just shy of 35 grand into the prize pool. Absolutely tidy.
Yeah, so we got. I think I said it earlier. I think we got 5 flights into it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Five flights.
That's correct. So there's 5 flights into that, and then the Mid-Stakes Championship Day 2 kicks off on August Saturday the 2nd at 11 o'clock. Like I said, you can play as many flights in that as you would like, because you're only going to take your biggest chip stack through to Day 2. So if you bag 150,000 in one of the flights and decide to play tomorrow and you bag 270, you'll be taking 273. So
and the main event kicking off tomorrow. Looking forward to the first flight of that. Absolutely stonking amount of money on that event. I think that's going to draw some really great crowds. Can look forward to seeing that build and then eventually coming onto the stream as well.
I'm just actually going to look into that comment that you just made there, Andrew. because I was looking at something else at the same time. But if there has been a bet that hasn't been collected correctly, I will make sure that we rectify that. So, Jamie, you happy to hold the fort for a little bit?
Certainly.
Talk about what events we got coming up for the rest of the week, anything that you think might be of interest to all the viewers, which is obviously the entire schedule because everything's interesting. Maybe talk about what we've got going on out on the floor, the venue, and so on and so forth. You're the man here, so I'll leave it in your capable hands. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me, mate.
Good on
Go
you,
and
mate.
Do the things you need to do.
Thanks, boss. Appreciate it.
So the PLO High Roller was on today. So 45 entries, good for a $90,000 prize pool. 50% on top of that guarantee, which seemed massive anyway. So absolutely love the turnout for that. As we look at the action, Joe with the Queen 9 does get the middle pair of the Queen. Not watched a huge amount of this final table as I've been a bit busy, but it's certainly seen a little bit cagey in some of the action. A lot of money to be playing for now. 31,000, just shy of 32, 31,800 for third, and then more than doubling it to 70,000 for first. So not surprising that it's taking a bit of time. Joe probably look to get something out of this with his Queen. Might get a small bit of value from Edwin with his ace high.
6 bets, 450. 450.
Reasonably small at third of pot. Might think he's good, but I think he has been playing a bit tight from what I've been hearing. Oh no.
7 call.
Comes in with a call. And doesn't improve, so Joe is good. Likely probably flicking another small bit of value. He's got the diamond, so he's probably not going to be ever imagining he's up against many flushes.
10 seconds.
We'll be thinking about what he would call the turn with, though. Yeah,
checks.
does think that he has got something in that calling range, so we'll control it. Probably call off a bet, but wouldn't love any kind of raise. Does go check, check. And Joe will take that for another 1.3. So tomorrow 12:30, Midday Madness. 10,000 guaranteed. That is on every day. So every day 12:30 during the week. 10k guaranteed, 350. Buy-in 30k, unlimited buy-in, unlimited re-entries, and $20 clock. 20-minute clock. It's pretty unconnected and not too crazy hands going on in this freeway at the moment.
What's up?
Joe again hitting middle queen with a king above. So the hope is for the PLO high roller. They're pretty deep at the moment, so it might be that they do come back as scheduled for this final 6, day 2 tomorrow. Had some teasing trying to get that potentially on the stream, which would be a nice little unscheduled edition.
Six bets, 625.
Yeah, so Andrew, I just spent some time, Josh Monk here again, just answering your concern before. He actually makes a call. I have reviewed the footage a bit. You can actually see it yourself. He makes the call for the 200 when he's got that fourth best pair when he's got 9-8. And he's only got one chip out there. He takes one more chip out of his stack and then adds it over and pushes it over to the other players. So all the chip stacks are correct. No issues there. I have reviewed it and it's all in order. So there you have it. Jamie, I'll leave it up to you, mate. I've got to handle a couple of other things now.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, mate. Good on you. Thank you. Bye.
Josh Monk getting some, I mean, we can call that downtime, really, with the absolute mammoth task of managing a series such as this. So I think he's really enjoying just having a few hours to enjoy some poker. As much as we obviously love being in the industry, it can be quite hard to just watch poker or be around the environment and not really get too involved. So this is a nice little way to have some involvement, and I think he was, well, I don't think, I know, he said he was looking forward to it. No Jinxie in the house for this stream. He is absolutely living it up on the other side of the globe at Tomorrowland. Seen some of his posts. Shout out to one of the best to do it, Mr. Braden Jinx. As we do get some hands that can play a little bit of a pot here. Queen 10 off, Jack 9 suited, all with fairly even equity. Let's see what this flop does. Queen down again. Queens are absolutely coming in. Checks his top pair. And the open ender for Edwin is looking pretty decent. In position, might decide to have a go, or let's try and see that free card. Bet of 725 thou. That'd be a pretty simple and easy call, I would imagine. Yeah, and Joe gets out of the way, leaving these two to fight it out. 8 or a 3 for Edwin. No, the Queen does improve further, getting the trips. Edwin likely check this one down and go for the 3 card unless he's really going to try and continue that momentum. Does. Decides to continue with the story. Sizing up to 1.3 mil. It's probably going to be a nice little smooth. Smooth call. Oh, has he just shoved all in? He has gone for a shove. Can't see him ever calling this one off. But he will wait up for a count. Haruka there, dealer extraordinaire. also been doing her hand at some TAing, being recognised by many in the industry as just an absolute sponge and a bit of a gun. Can't imagine there's much serious consideration here, but he's certainly making it look like it. Had a pretty decent amount of time to just lay it down. Nice little pot, 3.5 mil. Just sort of slowly spreading this around from one player to the other at the moment until we get a clash. Unfortunate, well, not unfortunate, I did miss the Chad bust. Reading some of these legacy comments, looks like he was a little bit unjust. Chad's been absolutely crushing it, coming second in the grind. And just another awesome deep run in another high roller event. One of just the most liked guys on the scene. It was great seeing him also at APO going deep when everyone had the walk-ins. Everyone's getting a little cheer, but the cheer for Chad was a fair few decibels louder than everyone else. Just such a well-liked and good dude. He'll be keen to try and get a bit better. He's done the bridesmaid thing. Hopefully he'll manage to bink one off for the series. No doubt we'll be seeing him some more throughout the week. Monster here with the suited diaper for Edwin. And it's just a flat from the small, raise from the big, and a lay down into the muck from Joe. Repip there, as you can see, Edwin is top of the pops, not surprising with his stack. When I said earlier about being tight, I think I was actually talking about Jingxuan. Excuse me if I'm butchering the pronunciation. Not particularly amazing with my Chinese pronunciation. You see in the background there the PLO down to, what's that look like? 10, down to the last 10. Have that clash now with King 10 versus King Queen. Raise on the button from Joe, 600,000. 450 to call from Edwin. Might decide to raise it up. Does look like there's calling chips though. It is a flat. Heads up. King will obviously be a bit of fireworks. There it is. King 10 could be a little bit dodgy, but with the ace there, probably going to slow down a bit of action. Unfortunately, Joe's King 10 probably not going to get away with the value that he might do, but he's probably going to get still a street, I would imagine. $1.8 in the pot. Joe leads after the check for just short of pot, 3/4, 775. With the straight opportunities as well, it's probably going to be good for a street. I imagine he's going to reassess when Joe goes to fire another bullet. Oh, now this is interesting. Two pair versus two pair. He has checked that one down. Impossible straights out there again. That restricts some of the action. But it is three-way. It does go check, check. Heart does come in. Probably wouldn't change too much. I feel like there's probably going to be a bet and a call or a check bet call. Unless one of them does go pretty big. Pretty hard to navigate with the flush and the straight on the boards. But it's gone for some value and chucked in 850 into the 3.2 pot. Bit of a tough one, but very handy. King 10 does still feel pretty good. But the lead does seem pretty strong. Going to be hard to get away. 850 for 5 mil. I think we probably feel like we'll beat here more often than not. Chucks in the second time bank. He is having a long, hard think. I think he doesn't like it. Just with quite a few other combos of two pairs and straights. He does go for the call though. We'll get the bad news. Edwin getting pretty good value at that one, plus 2.8 mil for him. Joe Stack looking a bit lighter now, 5 mil. BB King, we are at the Bella Vista Hotel in Sydney. We are here all week through to Monday next week. And the last day of the main event will be on. We've also got a few other events on that day. Down to the final three in the vault, the return of the vault. There is $70,000 up top, including the hefty. Oh, hang on a second. I've got a straight shove all in and takes it down. Pretty good aggression there. Picking up a few of the chips that he's lost straight away. So there, last three of 87 from the vault. The return trophy, $70,000, and the somewhat sparkly Drakakis bracelet on the line for this event. Welcome trainer, the previous winner took down this event, nabbed himself a bracelet, went to WSOP, grabbed another one. Did run deep in this event again. Looked like he might be featuring on the stream, but unfortunately didn't quite get to the final table. Joe, bit of a regular face on the scene. I think a few people know Edwin, but Jingxuan, not had many people know much about this player, so a bit of an unknown. I've not seen anything from him much while I've been sat here, so not picked up anything myself. But if you know Jingxuan, want to tell us anything about him, that would be absolutely great. Seems a bit of an unknown. Just the two pair for Edwin. It's good enough to take it down. So tomorrow, 12:30 midday madness. I said 10k guaranteed on every day. PLO high roller. Hopefully we'll be streaming that one. 2 p.m. Drakakis champs freeze out. 100,000 guaranteed. That's a 1650 buy-in. You get 150k stack and a very healthy 40-minute levels for that one. That is a 2-day event. That will continue the following day at 1 p.m. There is late reg available until day 2 as well. So I expect to see a pretty decent start and a little uptake at the end, no doubt. We've also got flight B of the mid stakes. As I said, went off a bit today, just shy of 140 entries, which is absolutely brilliant to see. That's at 4:30, $300, 40k start stack in half an hour. Blind levels, which just really great value at that price point. I think that's definitely one of the reasons why it was super popular today. Expecting that to get busier and busier throughout the week. As we go to the flop, King 6 suited for Joe versus Edwin's A6 off. Neither connecting with the board too much. Tell a lie, Joe's got the flush draw, missed that entirely. Edwin choosing a pretty bad time to lead out. But understandable for ace high. Does go for the shove again. Just showing some great aggression while short stacks, which will definitely get the job done, and grab him some more chips. Right, now I'm darting off for some jobs of myself. Get someone back in shortly.
Going. Wasn't out of line. Very, very good hand. If you go all in on this one. Well, I'm not holding up, I put it.
G'day, guys. Excuse the quiet time. Lots of things going on around the room that needed to be sorted out. But back to see some of this through. Still three-handed. Joined in the commentary booth by APT's newest media superstar, Miss Catherine Young. How are we doing, Catherine?
Hey guys, we're doing very well. Exciting to see that we're in the top 3 right now.
How's your series been going?
Great. It's so good to be out on the floor, seeing everyone, talking to some people, getting some interviews, just asking some general questions. It's been quite fun. I'm enjoying the role a lot.
Yeah, right. And you've been getting lots of compliments for it. Absolutely, just strolled into it. So great work, and it's a lot of fun working with you.
No, you've been great, and you've definitely taught me a lot about this role. So thank you.
Yeah, it can be a bit lonesome media sometimes. Very much a bit of a one-man band. So I'm enjoying sharing it with someone and not being quite so lonely. But let's look at some of the action.
Takes down a pretty easy pot.
You can see the payouts there. Chad unfortunately going out in fourth, but not so unfortunately adding another 22k to his series earnings.
Been a good series for him.
Absolute stunk to start. He's obviously a little bit sore. He is always hoping to take home the W. So he was a little bit sore, but he was doing all right, and no doubt he'll be trying his best to continue firing and getting some good results. But a really nice start to the series for him. 31,800 for the next to bust. 47,000 for second, and 70k up top, including the hefty trophy and the sparkly Jakarta's bracelet.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Jingxuan is getting pretty light now, entering that 10 big blind region. I'm sure a bit more pressure is going to be put on him.
Is Joe gonna go for a raise here or just a flat? Oh, he's gone all in.
It's funny, I left the booth 15 minutes. Just 2 minutes before I left, he had made 2 all-ins for probably 15 bigs, pretty aggressive, and just gone for that line again. Seems to be working very well. Edwin had certainly been putting some bluffs out a bit earlier in the short amount of coverage that I've seen. So I think that Joe's turning it up a little bit and playing back at him.
Well, Edwin doesn't want to lose all his chips right now. He wants to wait for Jingxuan to probably get out and then play heads up and then go from there, I think.
Yeah, 47k is a very nice amount to lock up. So
Yeah.
it's a great awareness of Joe, definitely exploiting that.
I see him pressure right now. This might be the all-in. Ace.
He has just gone straight for the all-in.
Yeah. Good open.
That is not a calling hand.
And neither is 7 deuce.
That one will go straight through.
Too bad it's not a cash game.
What events are you looking forward to this series, Catherine? What's are you looking forward to most?
Yeah.
To be honest, I always do look forward to the Drakakis.
Oh, yeah.
I do love a freeze out, but especially a high stakes freeze out. I think it highlights players who, the freeze out format is not regularly seen on the poker scene, and so players are really put to the test. They don't have any second chances. It's just who's the best of the best, and in one bullet.
Yeah, I do really love the freeze-out format exactly for that.
Yeah.
The modern school of thought is very much that you need to be firing multiple bullets if you want to be having some consistent success. But the freeze-out just does sort of reduce every man to themselves.
Yeah. No one really connecting here. Spikes the ace. Edwin should just take this down with ease.
Did ask a bit earlier if anyone knew anything about Jingxuan. Didn't see any comments. Any late people have joined and can offer us any information on this otherwise unknown character. That would be great.
Has he played any other events this series?
I don't recognise him. I spoke to a few staff members and they hadn't seen him around before.
Okay.
Obviously, many Sydney faces around here, as well as some travelling from other areas. We've got Sam in the background there. He was just at Cyprus on Tuesday, so he's recently come down. Lachlan Crilly arrived today, saw him around the room.
Lands and comes straight to the venue. Do love that.
Yeah, I thought he was flicking the PLO. He didn't go in the PLO, did he?
No.
I don't know, I'm not sure what he's got his eyes on, but he will be one of the many players in the State of Origin next weekend. An absolutely just incredible field of crushers in that.
There's an event I'm looking forward to.
I hoped you were going to say the State of Origin, because then I'm just going to use it as a plug to talk about how the State of Origin was. But
in general, I look forward to the Drakakis, but for this particular series, yeah, all right, State of Origin it is.
Yeah, that's going to be absolutely awesome to watch. Got a girl in each team, and the shootout format will mean that the captains will play each other, the icons will play each other. There'll be a shootout sit and go for all the girls on one table, and the girls is absolutely stacked as well.
Yeah.
Got Shelley, got Jess, got Jackie Glazier, Phoebe. It's going to be really awesome. You know the other two girls as well?
Yeah, we've got 2 girls actually from Tasmania.
Oh, yeah.
And from, which state have we not? Oh, South Australia.
Oh, that's it. And then just absolutely crazy looking teams for Queensland and just New South Wales in general. I'd hate to think about the combined earnings, or I'd hate to think about it, I'd love to think about the combined earnings of these teams. Really looking forward to that. It was a huge amount of fun last time at Voco. It was probably the best camaraderie I'd sort of seen in any poker room ever. It was just so much fun. So I really think this is going to be bigger and better this time. There'll be a lot more people in the room. It's a lot bigger room, really nice venue. So that is absolutely going to go off. So put that in the diary to watch next week. Next year. Jesus. I'm not tired, honestly.
Edwin will probably try to take this one down with the gut shot. Yep, does put a bet in 900 and takes it down.
So yeah, State of Origin next weekend is going to be kicking off at 11:30 a.m. August 2nd, which is the Saturday. We'll probably stream a bit later, but keep an eye out for some of the stream times.
First up will be the Vice Captain. That's the first one that's being streamed.
Oh,
Vice
yeah?
Captain Shootout, yeah. That's the first one up.
Is it the that grouped shootout that's the
Yeah,
first one?
all the Vice Captains will be
Oh,
playing
okay.
off together in the first shootout.
Oh, right, okay.
That's televised. Obviously, there'll be other shootouts happening,
Yeah.
but the one that will be televised will be the Vice Captain
Oh,
one.
there we
yeah.
go. You know more than me.
Of course.
I'm out of a job. What am I even doing? I don't know anything about anything. I just point at stuff and press buttons. And there's you absolutely bossing it, knowing the entire schedule and how it's all going down. New media manager of APT, Catherine Young,
Heads up.
out of a job.
Let's have a check. G'day, check.
Well, there's the nice 2-pair for Edwin. And Jingxuan doesn't have any other than a gut shot. So I'm sure Edwin's just going to take this one down as well. And Jingxuan is just sadly dwindling a little bit here with his chips. Just needs a hand. Yep, takes that one down.
Looking forward to Wednesday. Got another midday madness every day, 10k guaranteed, 12:30 during the week. Those ones. Dukakis champs, as Catherine said, one she's really looking forward to walking around the room and seeing some stuff on. 100k guaranteed, 1650 entry, 150k start stack and 40-minute levels. Absolutely great value there. Got another PLO game for you. Today's one's absolutely gone off. 90k in the prize pool for the PLO one.
Delicious.
They've just literally gone to final table. That's why I had to jump away and shoot. So they are down to the final 9. They will play down to the final 6 today, and then come back tomorrow for the final 6. And it looks like we will be streaming that tomorrow. So something else to stick in the diary. Day 2, PLO High Roller is going to be kicking off about 1 p.m. So all things being equal, hopefully get that on the stream somewhere around about 1:30. Always nice to see a PLO stream. Bit rarer, lots of operators streaming.
So much action to follow. It's a juicy stream, that's for sure. I'm glad that's up there.
I don't know if we'll get Josh Monk back in the commentary, but he is a bit of a PLO fiend as well. But maybe we can put on some other people. Maybe if Corelli's around, maybe Corelli can jump in the booth for a bit. He might well be playing it. Well, he won't be playing that one because he's not in it.
Oh,
It's the
day 2.
final 6,
Yeah, day 2 tomorrow. Yep, now I'm with you.
6-fold.
Bit.
I thought we were talking about the Wednesday one.
Oh no, so Wednesday one's 2 p.m. 30k guaranteed, 1100.
Gotcha.
Although that's not 2 p.m. It's 4 p.m. 4 p.m.
Ah.
Bit of a monster here for Jingxuan, but not much for Edwin to be cooling with. Although it is small enough that he could just
6 bigs?
run with it.
6 bigs?
I think he is. He's folded so many hands. I feel like he's just gonna look up to the heavens and make the call. No, it would be very bad. Just need to hit that 4. Otherwise, on Wednesday, APT Prestige Shot Clock. Another Shot Clock event, 660 entry, 50k start stack. That's another 20k guaranteed. Just all of these events guaranteed. Just so much money every single day. And another mid-stakes flight, 4:30 p.m. 125k guaranteed. That's flight C. And then at 5:30 we start another one of the marquee events, the Goliath. That is a 2,500 entry, 200,000 guarantee, 200k start stack. That is 40-minute levels in day 1 and I believe 60-minute levels in day 2.
That's all the chips on the table.
So pretty full schedule, stuff on every day, every event guaranteed. Even the satellites guaranteed. Had the Vault had 5 seats guaranteed across 2 satellites a day.
Well,
Absolutely
Edwin has
smashed
woken
it.
up with a monster, and unfortunately, Jingxuan, I think, is going to have to call it because he's got an ace and he's got 6 bigs. Oh, he has
No. Jingxuan
called.
shoved, Adrian called.
Ah,
Alright, so Jingxuan's going to have to find the 5 to stay alive.
running quite thin here. Always chop options. Oh, we do have a gotcha.
Deuce 410 does exactly that. Keeps the equity pretty similar. Just dancing all around it.
Yep, just can't hit that beautiful 5. Nope.
But does not get there.
We
No
do
chop.
lose Jingxuan.
Well played, Jingxuan. $31,800 into the earnings. Not a bad effort by any means. That means we are down to heads up. Joe and Edwin. Edwin currently with a fair lead over
More
Joe.
than 2 to 1, that's for sure.
But Joe is very, very practiced and been in this position many times. for
Someone
sure.
in the state of origin, South Australia.
Indeed. So I'm sure he'll be feeling still confident enough to be able to navigate this. He'll be aiming to try and even these stacks up, so he'll have a little bit of play. Wouldn't be surprised if he just continues to turn up the aggression. Edwin was finding some spots a bit earlier and putting some bets in. But it does seem like he's being a bit more coy now. But with 47,000 now locked up for both players, might loosen up things a bit more. But heads up is just an entirely different beast. You can see in the background there the PLO final table, some well familiar names.
Big names. We've got Noel, of course. Nick.
I was big blind.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, perfect. You're a big one.
Yeah, that PLO did get to 90,000 in the prize pool. Absolute monster. First place bet 31,000 on that table. Top 7 paid.
So they're not in the money yet.
Not in the money yet.
Juicy. That'll be a very intense final table at the moment.
Min cash of 4,700. Another great event. Really glad to see that do well. We actually went round asking a few people if they were going to be flicking in the PLO, and it seemed like not a lot of people were initially up for it, but just went off with a lot of entries nice and early, and I think it just encouraged a few people that were on the fringes to flick in. I mean, Amin specifically said he wasn't going to play, right? And I definitely saw him sat down.
Yeah, we asked quite a few people, and I did see a lot more in there than I thought we would be seeing, which is really good to see. Joe found it all in with King 10. King 10 off. King 5 is not quite going to cut it, I don't think.
As expected, just straight for the aggression, shoving 18, 19-ish big blinds there, up to 21. He is going to be absolutely determined to just keep putting that aggression up until he has evened up or overtaken the stack. Edwin's going to have to find a way to play back at him.
Well, that's the one thing with the stream table. You do see how your opponents are playing, and you do get a vibe of, oh, he's been bluffing a lot, he's been doing aggressive moves and getting through with some very, very wild hands. And so then you can adjust to that, which is a great benefit, and also can be quite a problem too. You have to change your play style as the night goes on.
It's a pretty similar hand. But he does just elect to
Just
call.
called.
And this is going to be a hand to play back for sure.
Definitely.
Imagine we'll see raise call to a flop.
Yep. We're raising up to 1.6 million.
Pretty hefty, not a small raise.
Yep.
That might actually be a bit much.
Joe's all in.
I think he's just gone all in. Yes, he
just
has.
shoved on him straight away.
Right, whacks the all in.
That's so funny. Wow, just unrelenting regression. Amazing.
Love to see this.
Edwin's just been smiling every single time. I feel like you can call this off as well. With so many shoves in a row, I feel like with ace-10, you can do it. I don't think he will, but I think like you can.
I mean, you're ahead so often, but then if this is the one time that Joe might have it, then it really would suck to call it off too. It's just one of those situations. Definitely off for the count. I think it's going to be a call. I really do.
Feels like it'd be a pretty... Oh, he showed it as well.
No, he's called.
Oh,
He's called. We've got the call.
Oh, I thought he opened mucked. I didn't
No.
hear it. Didn't see a call
Yeah.
or a flicking.
Here we go.
All right, well, it could all be over. Ace-10 looking in pretty good
Ace-10
shape.
is
61%.
Joe needs the Magic King or 8 or all the hearts. He's got to find a lot of hearts.
Could be a very short heads up, just a couple of hands.
2 hearts and an ace.
Ace-10 is still ahead.
All around it on both sides. No
Lots
connections.
of good turns though.
86% for ace-10. Borrowing a king or an 8.
Oh, the king!
Of course it gets there. Just instantly changes the tide. Just within 3 hands, Joe's gone from a pretty big deficit. Who's that? Joe's gone from a pretty big deficit. Do you know what's really funny? You were on that. I just didn't even realise that was that hand.
That's why I was like, oh, that is that hand. I'm in 2 places at once.
And just it. Straight away. Just in 3 hands, 3 all-ins. Well,
Now he's taken the significant chip lead himself. It's just tables have turned massively.
he's going to be feeling very confident now.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to have to jump off for a short while. I thought it might end then, but it didn't. Be back shortly. Leave you in the hands of Catherine. You're flying solo.
Sounds great. Oh, we've got an ace for Edwin. This will definitely be open heads up. I could go for a trap.
800.
Yeah. Put a raise in. Joe's got 6-3 off. Is he going to go for one of his Joe moves? Or is he just going to lay it down? Oh, I think he's opting for a call. All right. Not a bad flop for Joe. He has flopped second pair. But Edwin's going to go for the bet. Bet 700. Sure, Joe's going to continue for at least one straight there with middle pair. Yep, makes the call. Turns queen. Although it doesn't change anything, it does make Joe slightly less confident with his hand. Edwin can have a lot of queens in his range here. Check, check on the turn. 2 on the river. This could make Edwin have a little bit more showdown value. Yeah, they went for the check, as I thought. And Joe takes the hand down. love to know how Joe's going to start playing this heads up now that he is in the chip lead. Will he still stay with the aggression, or will he just maintain the chip lead and dwindle Edwin down? Nope, he has opted for the raise with 9-2 off. All right. And Edwin's gone for the call. As you should with Queen 6 there. Heads up. Here we go. Ah. Queen there in the window. Not a bad full up for Edwin.
Straight bet 200.
Will he continue with middle pair? I mean, I feel like he should.
Call. Check.
Lots of hands get there now. Not a great turn.
So that's 1,250,000.
Joe's put a bet in of 1.3 million. I mean, that is 1/6 of Edwin's stack. Could be difficult for him to make the call here. Gotta just ask himself, does Joe have the ace or not? What does Joe have here?
Yeah.
Doesn't believe him. Makes the call. Good call. Ten on the river. Offsuit 10. Flush draws miss.
Check. Go check.
And takes it down with the queen. It is slowly winning back up a tiny little bit. But if Joe just keeps maintaining the pressure, he is a firehouse. That's definitely why, one of the reasons that he's been picked for State of Origin, and it's one of the reasons that you just constantly see him taking down trophies and on final tables. Firehouse of a person, firehouse of a player. I'm sure lots of his South Australian friends are watching right now, or just friends in general. If you want to give him some support in the chat, that'd be great, guys. We love to see it. And obviously any support for Edwin. Support all around. It's great to see. Two pretty big hands here. We've got Queen, Jack, and Ace 6. And with an ace and a jack on that flop. Oh, we got two pair actually. Edwin's flop two pair. Joe's got a jack. This could be electric. Let's see. Edwin's put a bet in, and I'm sure Joe's going to have to at least continue for one street with that jack there. Pretty strong jack too. Yep. Oh, right. This could be detrimental to Joe. He's going to need a lot of help. 5 of hearts is not going to help. Edwin is well and truly in front here. Going to have to bet. How big is he going to go for?
$2 million.
Put a bet at 2 million. $2 million into a pot of 3 million. Joe could lose a few chips here. Yeah, makes the call. Edwin could get a full double up here if there's a... like that. Oh, hold on, it does bring in a flush draw. Possibly not going to get all his chips, but will potentially get quite a bit here. Yep, he has gone all in. Not surprised, he's trying to get as much as he can here. The only thing that 2 did was just bring in a flush, if anything, but Joe may call off. So pot-sized all in. He may use some time banks. Oh, lays it down. Doesn't get the full double. Good fold there by Joe. I am going to go and leave you guys in the hands of some other commentators. But I've had a lot of fun. Thank you all. I'll just quickly answer this question. Daniel, the Bella Vista Hotel is in Bella Vista, which is in the western suburbs of Sydney. So you can catch us there. Bella Vista Hotel, Bella Vista. Good luck to both players remaining, and I will leave you be for just a short while.
Yeah, it's in here. Sorry. 1 million. Edward bets 1 million. Joe calls. check. $5 million. Edwin bets $5 million.
Ash, you want a coffee or a tea?
Goes all in.
Can I get a count?
Why don't we just give 5K to the bubbles fucking so that speeds up? Just give 5K to the bubbles then.
Call. Queen Jack.
Oh yeah, right, Timmy. I'll tell you a funny story about Tim. He was at the crib with Shane. He was at the crib with Shane. And Shane gave him some money. He gave him the back floor. He's on the phone to him. And the fucking horse is on. He's on fucking 20 grand. Tim's cheering yesterday. He's come back 3 hours later. He's no money. He said, oh, we got the back. Who says you can't rob a liver? Hey, they got you.
Think about Vista and you're calling it.
Oh, yeah. The hand goal.
And then they can't really call it.
Big blind. Small blind bet.
Big one, cool.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. They put no idea.
Edwin all in.
The whole idea was making so good was two weeks to come around the world and watch the tennis.
Oh,
I think APP will take over by
1.7.
take over by.
Call. Call.
How about picking up? Nah, it's not really like too. That's what it's supposed to be.
Nines. So what's the 80 there? And then 1.7. Another 4.
All in all, freeway. You set?
Blind
Who's the big stack? Who's the big stack? What's the big stack? Got shot 10, sorry, Dan. Sorry. Got shot 10.
you get 4 million.
Deuce! Deuce!
Mark 3. 3 points away.
With a set of deuces.
So calls.
Sam? No way out of get back to that.
Yeah, it's heads up. It's pretty good.
Everyone all in? Yeah.
4.3?
Yeah.
And he's gone king 9.
Go fold. Ones are up, this hand. 250, 500. Ones are up.
1 million and 90, yeah? He's got 1 million and 90. Let's make sure we get this right. The boss is watching.
500.
All right.
I don't want to miss out on the ladder. Oh, I've never seen anything like this ever. I was cheering for you, you're a nice guy. If I knew he had more chips than you, I would have been cheering for him.
Everyone all in, go fold.
I said to Daniel, he thinks he's up against spades. One of them's got spades. And no one's got spades.